The NFL landscape just shifted under our feet as a massive fire sale begins in the AFC East, and a five-time Pro Bowl superstar is officially on the block. While one franchise prepares to tear it all down, another is locked in a high-stakes game of chicken with a game-changing wide receiver who refuses to back down. This isn't just an off-season update, it's the start of a total power shift that could redefine who dominates the league in 2026. Before we dive into the chaos and what it means for your favorite team, do me a huge favor, hit that like button, share this video with your crew, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a beat on these massive NFL developments. The news we've all been waiting for has finally dropped, and it is even more explosive than we imagined. Schultz broke the internet recently with a report that the Miami Dolphins are officially open for business, and not the good kind. After a brutal 2025 season, the Dolphins have entered a full-scale roster reset under their new regime of John Eric Sullivan and Jeff Hafley. They've already started the purge, releasing foundational pieces like Tyreek Hill and Bradley Chubb. But the biggest shockwave. Five-time Pro Bowl safety Minkah Fitzpatrick is officially being shopped. Think about the gravity of that for a second. We are talking about one of the most instinctive, ball-hawking safeties of this generation being dangled in trade talks. It feels like 2019 all over again, doesn't it? Back then, Minkah wanted out of a rebuild, and now, 7 years older and significantly more decorated, he finds himself staring down the barrel of another long-term construction project. At 29 years old, turning 30 this November, Minkah isn't looking to wait 3 years for a team to find its identity. He wants to win, and he wants to win right now. But here is where the plot thickens. Why is this news leaking now? Usually, when a team is having active, high-level trade discussions for a premier player, they keep it under wraps to maintain leverage. When these reports hit the wire, it often means the market isn't as hot as the team hoped. Miami is likely trying to spark a bidding war because, let's be real, Minkah's contract is a massive hurdle. He's carrying an $18.8 million cap hit for 2026, with a base salary of $15.6 million. For a rebuilding team, that's a burden. For a contender, that's the price of a championship. The reality of the current market suggests we might be looking at a day 3 draft pick to get this done, perhaps a 5th rounder. It sounds insane to trade a player of his caliber for a late-round flyer, but in the modern NFL, salary cap relief is sometimes more valuable than the pick itself. If Miami can't find a taker, there is a very real possibility they simply cut him loose. If Minkah Fitzpatrick hits the open market as a pure free agent, the feeding frenzy will be unlike anything we've seen in years. He would immediately become the top defensive prize available. Imagine Minkah stepping into a defense that needs a center fielder, a guy who can erase mistakes and mentor young talent. Whether he is traded for a late-round pick or signed after a release, he changes the math for any defensive coordinator. Speaking of coordinators, names like Christian Parker are looking for multiple and versatile pieces. Minkah is the definition of that. He can play the post, drop into the box, or even slide into the slot. He is a defensive chess piece that turns a good unit into a great one. Question of the day: if your team has the chance to land Minkah Fitzpatrick, but it means taking on that nearly $16 million salary, are you making the move, or would you rather save the money for the draft? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I want to see the debate on this one. Now, while the defensive side of the ball is seeing a veteran exodus, the wide receiver market is experiencing a different kind of localized earthquake. Let's talk about George Pickens. The reports coming out of the scouting combine are painting a picture of a total standoff. The plan is to place the franchise tag on Pickens, which would carry a projected fully guaranteed price tag of about $28.8 million for the 2026 season. On paper, it keeps a superstar in the building. In reality, it might be the start of a very messy divorce. Pickens is coming off a career year, over 1,400 yards and 9 touchdowns. He has proven he is an elite, alien talent who can win 50 to 50 balls and break a game open at any moment. But here is the problem: he knows his value. He and his camp are reportedly looking for a long-term deal north of $30 million per year. They aren't interested in the placeholder of a franchise tag. If the tag is applied without a long-term agreement, expect Pickens to play hardball. We're talking about skipped workouts, training camp holdouts, and a whole lot of social media drama. The leverage for a tagged player is limited, but it's powerful. By refusing to sign the tag, Pickens isn't technically under contract, meaning he can't be fined for missing team activities. It's a song and dance we've seen dozens of times, and it rarely ends well for the team's chemistry. The smart move, the proactive move, is to get a deal done now. Why wait until July? Why let the relationship sour? A 4-year, $134 million extension would not only secure Pickens through his prime but would actually allow the team to restructure the deal to lower his immediate cap hit. You could take that $28 million tag number and cut it nearly in half for this season, giving the front office more room to go out and actually sign a guy like Minkah Fitzpatrick. It's common sense, but as we know, common sense isn't always common in NFL front offices. The fan base is tired of the normal MO of waiting until the last second to pay star players. We saw it with previous superstars, and the price only goes up the longer you wait. The market floor for receivers is reset every single off-season. If you don't pay Pickens today, you'll be paying even more tomorrow. Plus, keeping him happy is vital for the locker room. When your other all-pro players are publicly saying they'll rework their own deals just to keep a guy like Pickens around, you know you have something special. So, where does this leave us? We are looking at two massive stars at two very different points in their careers. You have the veteran Minkah Fitzpatrick, potentially looking for one last ride on a contending roster, and the young phenom George Pickens, looking to secure his first massive payday. Both situations require a front office to be bold, to be decisive, and to be willing to spend. If a team manages to pull off the double whammy, trading a late pick for Minkah and extending Pickens to free up space, they instantly become the favorites in their division. It would represent a total overhaul of the secondary and a stabilization of the offense. Imagine a defense where Minkah is the deep safety, allowing the cornerbacks to be more aggressive because they know that the eraser is behind them. Then, flip to the offense, where Pickens is locked in and focused, knowing he's the highest-paid weapon on the field. That is how you build a contender. But as always, the if is doing a lot of heavy lifting. Will the Dolphins actually pull the trigger on a Minkah trade, or are they asking for too much? Will the front office in Dallas finally learn their lesson and pay Pickens before the situation turns toxic? The next few weeks leading into the new league year are going to be a roller coaster of rumors, tweets, and leaked reports. We have to keep our eyes on the cap space, too. Don't let anyone tell you the money isn't there. With the cap projected to climb north of $300 million, the cap is a myth crowd is feeling more right than ever. It's all about how you structure the bonuses and where you place the dead money. Teams that are afraid of the cap are teams that are afraid of winning. Whether it's the arrival of a ball hawk like Fitzpatrick or the contract war for a playmaker like Pickens, the 2026 season is already being decided in these boardrooms and at these combined meetings. The stakes are massive, the emotions are high, and the drama is just getting started. Make sure you stay tuned as we track every single update, every whisper from the combine, and every move these teams make. The roster you see today will look very different by the time we hit the preseason, and if things go our way, it's going to be a very exciting year to be a fan.